want to put that in the film. I think that a piece of time and say, this is my story, and ends here, begins here and ends here, and that's it. Happy ending, they live happily forever, no? Or that's the sad ending, like a Fassbinder movie, and boom, dark, black, you get out of the film and you go like, wow, the world is terrible. I feel so depressed. This is just, there's no future. And I have that, I try always to look for not a middle term, but something more real for me. Like, it could be the bittersweet side of things, no? Like, it's not necessarily sweet, but it's bittersweet. You always have this kind of feeling there's something that is not perfect, but it moved forward. It's going to some place. So I want to try to convey that. Hola, soy Carlos Bolado, soy un director mexicano, soy el director de Solo Dios Sabe, que es una coproducción México-Brasil. Hello, my name is Carlos Bolado. I'm the director and one of the producers and co-writer of Solo Dios Sabe, a coproduction of Mexico and Brazil. I'm one of these directors that doesn't like to talk so much about what is the film about, but it's a movie about choice. I think it's one of the most important themes, a movie about choice, the choices that you do in life. And it's a love story, which is a choice always, no? The problem is the story, I would see it like one of these love stories that, as we know, they always have an end, no? So we kind of follow that story, and it's a story that goes into borders, countries, spaces, and it has something of a road movie, something of about fate, and basically it's like the story of these two characters, a Brazilian and a Mexican, that they crossed their paths, and we follow their story from there. Well, I think it's very difficult to make movies anyway, no? Because you need to convince people that they have to invest in your ideas, dreams, speculations, theories, creativity, or whatever, no? So yeah, I think it's very, very complicated to produce a movie to convince these people, because it's this combination between art and industry, no? How difficult it is for a Mexican director like me, and I live in this country. So, and I've been producing not feature films, but documentary, and I've been working in films here. We are very fortunate. If you talk about a country that had 110 million, and they made 50 movies a year, we are so fortunate to be film director, a Mexican film director. If you go to a place in LA or New York, we're talking about big cities, you find in the Mexican section 5 films, 7 films in the last 10 years, which is nothing. So it seems to me that even if it's very difficult for the independent filmmakers here, still there's an industry that you can find a niche or a place to make it, because still there's so many people making films. You can have a producer that already make a splash and he can help you. You can have friends that work in the industry and that can give you a hand, things like that. In other countries, a little more difficult because the community is so reduced. You already ask favors for the first movie. And I think Sundance is a great place to do that, to try to find a distribution here. We have a World Cinema Competition that doesn't exist in other places of this country. So in that way, I think Sundance is doing the right thing, going into that direction. They did it with the American Independence. They opened that space in some way, like a lot of people come and they even make a trend. So now I feel like, seems to me, and hopefully, that it will be like a revival of foreigner films, because as we know, in the 60s, it was more people per capita watching foreigner films than now. So hopefully, we try to make a trend and change a little bit